Welcome back to EntEduPinions, guys. Today we have a SIG MCX Virtus 9-inch short barrel pistol, chambered in 300 Blackout. On top sits a Ggggg BDC for 300 Black. On top of that, a RMR, both Trijicon. The RMR we've had to band-aid with a bit of electrical tape since it's a Gen 1. And you got the battery chamber that will loosen up and the red dot will flicker. But once you deploy a quick fix with some electrical tape, that problem goes away. So back to the meat and potatoes. You got the Virtus multi-caliber. Got a hybrid 46 by Silencer Co. on the end of it with a cold tack scope cover. We're going to be shooting a oddball round, or a projectile for that matter, today. It's been a multi-month project. This guy right here, Rainier 180 grain hollow point wedge. They also make a round nose flat tip. They are copper plated and they are by far the cheapest projectile in a 30 cal round that you can buy. I believe Rainier and Alexander Arms, per Alexander Arms request, came together. That's where this guy came about to be. So it's a multi-month project getting this guy hand-loaded, and there's some other YouTube channels out there, there's forums, there's all kinds of information on this guy, and I actually have a video out, which was my first video on the channel, that has to do with reloading this guy. And apart from accuracy issues, the biggest problem is feeding, and if it won't feed in a semi-automatic platform, which this is, it's useless. But if done right, off of Midway, you can get the projectiles for about 12 or 13 cents. And if you can get free shipping, that's what you're paying per projectile. However, you can purchase these in bulk from Rainier themselves, and 9 cents a projectile plus whatever the shipping is, you'll end up being still under 10 cents per projectile. So hopefully on video today, you can join us in experiencing how this guy will feed and shoot pretty decently out of specifically this guy right here, which is a SIG MCX Virtus, chambered in 300 Blackout, 9-inch short barrel pistol. We're going to be running it with the gas system in minus or less gas, and if we have any issues, we'll switch over to plus. We're using accurate 1680 powder in a Starline piece of brass with a Winchester 7.5 bench rest primer for these guys. We're using Lancer Advanced Warfighter magazine, the Lancer 5s, 20 rounders. We also have some higher capacity ones in a different color. So let's see how these guys chrono and group, and then we'll do some faster paced shooting just to solidify the fact that these guys will feed out of this guy. And it all comes down to what it seems like is the length of the projectile and the overall length, the cartridge overall length from the base of where the primer is inserted to the very tip of the projectile, which if you get it long enough, depending on your feed ramps and the angle of your feed ramps, it will chamber. So let's try this. So we've got a lab radar with us. We're gonna have to be using the suppressor friendly microphone extension because otherwise the shockwave will not be registered Also to aid that, we're gonna have the anchor brake system on from hybrid, from Silencer Co. for the hybrid 46 and or the Omega 300. I'm gonna arm lab radar, which there's actually YouTube videos of this thing not working at all, and they claim it's a big pile of trash. But so far, it's worked awesome for load development for the 6.5 Creedmoor, as well as the 300 Blackout. So, get it close enough. Round in the chamber, I used the bolt release, and the round went into the chamber with no issue on the first one, which with the shorter seating depth, it will hang up and catch on the feed ramps and jam that round back into the case. At this length, which is 2.030, which you can see right here, that's that length right there, with 11.4 grains of accurate 1680. That's what we're shooting here right now. So we got the lab radar armed. We're going to be shooting at that cardboard to the left of the two white gongs at the second, so 12 o'clock upper orange dot. And hopefully it'll feed number one. Number two, it'll place an accurate enough group for you guys. Here we go. Chambered. Chambered. First shot, 1061. Second shot, 1012. And that's the one problem that is evident. That guy just slid down, which they do have these little plastic notches that kind of help it sit at certain settings, but not all settings. Let's finish off these last two shots. 1,063 feet per second. Last. Look at that. Bolt is locked all the way back, minus on the gas system. So, let's go take a quick look. And we're walking towards the target. Got the SIG MCX Virtus here. Just shot 5 rounds. So, this was the test group, and this is what we just shot moments ago. Not awesome, but it did cycle. So I might fiddle around with the seating depth some more, or maybe the powder charge. But the main thing is, it cycles. So for 9 cents, let's go have some fun on the steel. All right, guys, so as you saw, the second group on that cardboard was a bit looser. Granted, I wasn't shooting with the helmet on, with the ear pro on, all jammed on my head for this camera rig that I got on, which, by the way, this is something new. I haven't seen anybody else out there doing 360 videos. So if you're watching this still and you're not watching it on an iPhone, Android, phone or tablet with the YouTube application, you will not be able to look around with either your finger by swiping around or holding your device and moving it to change your perspective of the video being captured now. So basically, I'm placing you, the viewer, into my shoes, and you can look at the world that I see it, but more, because you can see left or right, doesn't matter. You choose. This is like one of those old school books where you choose your own adventure. So, enough blab. Again, got the SIG MCX Virtus, 9-inch short barrel pistol. I'm gonna gear up so I can get some shots down range for you guys in a rapid and orderly manner, also safe. So, I'm gonna put this thing on a in between the leg smashing single point sling. Pick up this guy. It's got 10 rounds in it. But first, let's get rid of this anchor brake. We're on safe and we're clear. So this anchor brake allows you to chronograph with the lab radar, and also on higher pressure rounds reduces the recoil by a little bit. And this is on a hybrid silencer co suppressor. So should be able to get this on there tight enough without tools. And I always want to recheck your end cap after firing some shots, or a series of shots, just so it's not working itself off. All right, so got 10 rounds right here, plus a bunch more on myself. Empty. All right, so I'm going to ride the bolt forward using the bolt release. Chambers. All right, I'm going to step back so I can't see over the board, but you guys can. And we're going to pie the board. And that one's empty. Still no malfunctions. Let's brace off the board. Close. Oh, let's fix that. Got one more mag. Oh, let's see what happened. We got one malfunction. The malfunction seems to be, you could see there probably, that this round got smacked into the left edge of the feed ramps. Well, let's see if that chambered it. Yep. And we have another malfunction. Damn! So, this magazine, I believe, was used for a bunch of rounds today, over 200. So maybe it's the magazine, but let's see about clearing this malfunction. So, I'm gonna go on safe. Well, I can't go on safe yet. There we go, safe. Round has been released. I'm gonna release the magazine. It was the last round. Look at that, son of a, why couldn't you perform? Anyway, last round sitting there, so I'm gonna ride the, let's just drop it in with gravity, ride it forward, and shoot this guy in the face. Oh, safe. There we go. All right, well, almost flawless, but as you saw, the system ran multiple magazines with at least 40 rounds through it without any kind of issues. And we've already run approximately 200 rounds through this system, meaning it's dirty. So hopefully this gives some people some hope if they're seeking it, but it's not for the faint of heart. You're gonna spend a lot of time getting the round load up for your platform correct. So the round as loaded ran in this SIG MCX Virtus. However, the same round loaded that we just shot will not run, for instance, in a IWI X95 chambered in 300 Blackout. So just because it works here doesn't mean it works for the other one from SIG, meaning a 16-inch variant, which we can do some testing later. But for right now, we're going to bring this to you, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next video.